think the term is chocolate thunder.
Chocolate thunder.
Yeah.
And the Hershey squirts.
This is chocolate thunder. We have drop zone.
No, I'm
We have
serious.
air
Like
target.
things like that. Like I don't. And like what I always hated when you were in school too and how to poop and like when you come back and like people just stare at you like
Yeah, like
Like
you're
you killed a person?
Like you fucking done something. But I feel like the worst thing I've ever done, and I don't think I've ever told this story to anyone. So in 3rd grade, I went to go use the restroom, and I had to go. I just really had to go. So my teacher lets me out. I go down. I start using the restroom, and everything's fine and dandy. I get done wiping, and I'm finding blood.
oh shit.
Dude, that happens to me
You got a
all the
blood
fucking
stool.
time.
Well, no, I didn't have bloody stool. I guess what had happened was because it was during the middle of winter, and
Oh,
I'm
It's just
usually
like having
I'm like
chapped
very
lips.
I'm like very thorough about being clean. I guess I had just rubbed it raw, and there was, yeah, I wasn't trying to be like that, but basically that's the whole thing. It was chapped, and there was blood showing up on the thing, and me being in 3rd grade, I was probably no more than like I don't know 9, 8. I didn't know what was going on. I was worried, so I go back in, and my teacher was talking in front of the class, and I had to like walk up to her as she's sitting there talking. And I got really close, and she's like, "Yeah, what's the problem?" I was like being really quiet, and I kept like trying to. She was like being really boisterous, like as if there was like she didn't know like what the fuck was going on, or she's like, "This fucking kid's just ruining my class." And she finally like comes over, and she's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I finally like told her, and she immediately is just like,
Oh.
Oh, it was like that moment of realization, like, oh my god, I've been such a fucking asshole. But it, like, really got me because...
But you're also, like, how old? Like, 10, maybe?
I was probably, like, 9 or 10. But, like, the whole thing that bothered me really bad was just the fact that not only did I have to sit there and, like, tell someone, my bum is bleeding, but also, like, the whole fact that...
My yeah.
But also that the whole fact that I had to go into a classroom full of 30 plus students who know me in front of a teacher who is already has all eyes on her. So the minute I walk up there, all eyes fall to me.
Yeah. What's so
And
important?
I'm trying to be as quiet as possible. And I didn't want to interrupt her, but when you have that happen and you're young, you don't know what's wrong. You could be dying. So I was like trying to let her know that I was going to go to the infirmary and find out what's going on.
So how was that situation handled? Like when you go up to her and you talk to her, what was her recommendation?
Well, she just sent me to the infirmary first, and I told them kind of what was going on, and they're immediately okay. So they call my dad. My dad comes and gets me, and we go see my doctor. And long story short, basically he's just sitting there. He's like, okay, so what happened is, good thing you came to me because we can get you some antibiotics just to be safe, because bloody areas next to anywhere that has stool in it, do not take a chance. Be thorough, wipe it clean, use wet wipes, whatever, because you can get some serious bad stuff.
Yeah, like my dad.
That's been happening to me for like the last 10 years. I've been sick.
I don't know. My dad told me that's how he got. That's how he found out that he had prostate cancer.
Yeah, like that's a bad thing to do. But like my doctor's like super okay about it. But my teacher like apologized to me later on, and she was like, I'm sorry that I kind of feel like I singled you out there. And I was like, it's no problem or anything. I didn't know. I didn't really want to wait, and she was like, it's good you didn't, because it could have been something worse, because even at that age, you can get prostate cancer and stuff, and that could have been really serious, but, at the end of the day, my doctor was like, nah, it's just kind of a chapped butt, that's all it really is, just keep it clean, use wet wipes, just be very clean about it, and,
I do want to throw out something to the viewers here, as you're hearing. I went through a stage of always using toilet paper until I was at a friend's house and he had no toilet paper left. Now, this seems like a big problem, right? Do I use the cardboard toilet paper too? What do I do?
This is a really good question.
Yeah.
What do you do?
What do you do? I'll tell you one thing. Luckily enough, he had children and he had wet wipes. Now, I saw those wet wipes on the counter, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to use those. Now, I will tell you one thing. Initially, I was very hesitant to do that. I'll tell you one thing. If I had a toilet paper roll made out of wet wipes, I will use it for the rest of my life. Clean on your bum, feels nice and fresh, gets everything done in the right ways that toilet paper doesn't. Let me just say this. Wet wipes are the evolution of toilet paper. Yes, folks, you just heard it today. Wet wipes are the evolution of toilet paper, and I'll be honest, if I go out to buy some toilet paper, I'll do it for the guests so you can have toilet paper, but I'm going to have my private stock of wet wipes. I'm going to use that.
My private stock of wet wipes. Oh man, I was hoping you were like gonna be like, yeah, I looked at that pile of wet wipes, but I was like, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna man up and we're just gonna use the toilet paper roll and just fucking wipe it with that.
I'm going to be an archaeologist.
I want to be a fucking porcupine and just take it like a man.
I'm be an archaeologist and scrape that shit on the
Oh god. Oh
gosh.
That sounds awesome.
a rough life.
Yeah.
I wasn't willing to delve into that rough life though. I saw those wet wipes
I
and
wouldn't
said,
either. Like, I may not need like the look, we got an achievement. But I may not be like the guy who needs like the softest toilet paper in the world, but that toilet paper cannot be 90-grit sandpaper. That shit can't happen. Shoot him in the face!
All the old guys have
Ooh, nice kill.
I bet you those bastards go home and they have Charlotte ultrasound. Not sponsored by Charlotte. But like, I feel like that would be funny as shit. Because like, my grandpa kind of does that. He's like big into, and I kind of would be the same way too. But I can't have something that soft because then you don't have anything sturdy enough to grab onto, and you're like, why did we jump onto this conversation in the first place?
I think it was silence and shit.
Yeah, we kind of developed onto a whole bathroom banter.
Yeah, we did get onto a bathroom banter. You know what? We're still on this bathroom banter, but it's okay.
I will say this. This is what pisses me off. I will say this. When you go somewhere, public restroom, wherever it is, and they've got that shit that's so thin, you say...
You feel like your fingers are basically just gonna touch.
Yeah, I'm just obviously gonna be putting my fingers in my butthole because this paper is not doing. You like four-layer wrap it just to make sure.
You've never played the poopy pipe where you reach down there, you just kind of squeeze some notes out as you fart. Oh, that's the brown note.
I've never done that with. I've never done that with my fingers, but here's a true shitty story.
Oh no!
I was camping.
Yeah.
And my bowels got me. Okay, we had chili dogs. It was great. I'm out by the river.
It was great.
It was great. Hey man, chili dogs are fucking delicious.
They were amazing. It was awesome. I'm out camping. I'm having a great time. I'm out by the river. I'm there with my girlfriend. And luckily, I get enough distance away from her, and I cross the river. And I go, oh my god, I need to shit. Well, I'm obviously not just gonna try to shit and squat because I know this is gonna take a few minutes. So what I do is I use rocks and I use wood, and I build myself a makeshift.
You build yourself a toilet. That's awesome.
I built myself a makeshift toilet.
Oh, that's
now,
great.
how did I wipe my ass? Well, good luck to me that I did not go grab poison ivy. I had to use leaves.
Oh,
now these were very nice leaves. They were very gentle and kind. They had little nice furry fibers on them.
That's usually how it ends with
so
poison
it was
ivy.
sumac instead of
It was sumac.
ivy.
You plucked from the peyote cactus.
Yeah, right.
And just wiped it.
So
because it's like really sensitive down there, you go and then you're tripping balls.
Yeah, just tripping balls as you shit.
So I build it. I'm sitting there, and bear in mind, bare ass in mind. I'm hiding behind a giant rock so she doesn't see me shitting out in public, I'm the kind of guy where, if you're laying in bed with a girl, you don't want to, fart, right? I'm trying to keep that confidential.
Yeah.
So I build my makeshift toilet. I'm done going. I got the clean wipes. Everything's going well. And what I do, this is what's cool. It's a decomposable toilet. So after the fact that I'm done doing my shits, I just go...
You just push
I just fucking collapse all that shit together.
So I feel really bad for the next bear that walks by and kicks those rocks over because he's gonna get hit with a landmine.
He's all chili dogs.
Oh no! this was the wrong kind of chili.
This reminds me of that map in Halo 2 where it's all like purple and sun.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the kind of was it the kind of galaxy kind of map?
So it was
Yeah,
the
and then you could
Covenant
like
map.
you could hop up on that one platform where.
It's like different lifts.
Yeah, I think so.
Forgot
Isn't
where it
that
was.
where you? Isn't that where you fought the boss at the end?
I just only play multiplayer, bro. You're talking like campaign is not my
Oh,
vocabulary.
dude. You gotta play the campaign on that. I got the Master Chief edition of that. Fantastic. Beautiful.
I'm gonna ask this. Did you guys ever feel like Halo lacked in terms of its story?
A little bit, yes.
Okay, Reach was really good storyline.
I was able to own and Reach for multiplayer though.
Oh, and Reach multiplayer was awesome until you had people bitching about, armor lock. Like, I don't like that. I thought armor lock was awesome.
Armorlock was okay. I feel like the first game was missing a lot of context for story. My biggest problem that I had with it is, especially in replaying it now, because I've been doing a lot of replays on it, I hate the fact that they don't tell you where you're supposed to go. You're just kind of
Figuring it out.
well, like none of your in Halo 2 and Halo 3, like, people will run off even if you're not with them, and they'll like wait for you in that area. In Halo 1, it was nothing like that. When you ran to it, you had to like you had to like hope you knew where you were going, because they would just stand there and look at you like
Yeah,
they're like, "All right, we gotta get going, Master Chief." And you're sitting there like, "Okay, lead the way. Where am I going?"
we're all a team. We all know where to go. Like,
Yeah, I
not
felt,
just me.
and it made me feel really stupid because I'm like running around. I was like, well, and I guess it made them feel so. I guess a lot of people complained about that because in the remastered edition, I don't know if it was in the original or not, but there's like arrows in certain areas that like they're just sitting
They
on the
kind of
ground.
corrected it.
Yeah, they're just like sitting on the ground. So I was like, oh well, I guess I know where I'm going
Are you
now.
talking about Halo 1?
Yeah, how did you feel about that when you were trying to navigate through the map and your team wasn't leading that way and you kind of had to figure it out?
Yeah, like I would get lost really bad.
Well, I played with CJ on co-op. So, and CJ was kind of the one that knew where to go, so I
Just kind of followed him.
Yep.
See, my whole thing was like, in Halo 2, that was perfectly fine because like your teammates would run in the direction you're going. So it was, it was okay. It was forgivable. But like with Halo 1, my biggest problem, which still kind of bothers me now because I'm replaying it right now, they don't help you find where you're going. You just end up kind of like sitting there like a dumb idiot. You're like, well, do I go this way? Do I go this way? And the only reason you start figuring it out is when you're running around and you see the little checkpoint done thing appear on your top. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, apparently.
especially like at the last part, like the last close to the end.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's
where
really
you verse all
confusing.
those
The Nazis are
I think
trying
it
to
was
reverse engineer
the
all this
helpers or
stuff.
whatever, or the guy
Are there
with the
any identifying
floating
marks?
eyeball things.
Yeah, the flood.
Dog,
Yeah, something like that.
you should.
Biggest point
Dog,
that frustrated
able,
me the
apostrophe,
most.
able,
Played
tar,
Prince
space,
Persia,
yo,
Prince
guys,
Persia
Charlie,
Warrior
Hal,
Within.
Uncle Dog.
That's where he kind of
Might
like
be
transforms
something in our
and has this other kind of
archives,
darker
Anya. See if
side
you
to
can
him.
find any
And the whole time you have this
references to dot
massive, like
Will do.
scary, menacing, evil spirit
Be
with a
careful out
hawk following you
I like
along.
her flask of it.
There
Good
was no
cat.
point of navigation in
Be
that,
sure
and
to
that's a
bring
very
as much of this
transversal
dot
kind of
you
world
should
where
stuff
you're
as you
jumping
can
from this,
carry.
you're doing this, and that.
Will do.
I used to get stuck so many times asking myself, okay game, I need you to help me find a way to get out because this guy is about to come kill me. So death after death after death, it became frustrating that games weren't developing enough with a navigation system. Now, I myself, I love to figure out how it works. I think in certain games you don't need a navigation system.
Oh yeah,
if it's well enough.
I'll completely vouch for that. I don't feel like a game should have 100% hand holding, but when a game like doesn't really tell you exactly where you're going, or like has like an area where you can be like, oh, well, you got to go this way or this way or this way, but like I feel like it does need to tell you, hey, go this direction, or maybe your teammates, like with Halo 2, did a really good job, where your teammates just kind of run in the general direction and stop and wait for you.
Yeah, so you're always constantly progressing to some point. I don't want the game to just, I don't want it to treat like a game. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you're holding my hand, you're leading me through. I love to figure it out myself. That's why I like puzzle games, games like Tomb Raider and whatnot.
Yeah.
But there's still a point in certain games where we recognize that it's so complicated that the navigation system just in those right moments, especially when a challenge, like I mentioned with Prince of Persia, is approaching you, you need just a little bit more to get you by.
Yeah.
And I'm not asking for a lot, just a little bit more. That's it.
What do you think, Hayden?
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on the type of game. I know that whatchamacallit type games, like open world games, really help you out like a lot. Sometimes people just like that whole exploration type.
I think Breath of the Wild did it.
David, how do you feel about that?
Navigation systems and games, I've always found them to be pretty useless.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Some of them are.
Yeah.
I feel like a good one that did a really good job. It was Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. It just gives you a general area, especially for any of the.
Oh, except RuneScape, man, they're the best thing ever.
Yeah, just any of the. Oh God, what would you call the thing? I think of what you'd call it. Any of the side missions or anything like that. You know, they'll give you a dot on the map.
Yeah.
But it's just to get you started.
I know one thing. What was really bad is was LA Noire.
Yes.
That had the worst, and I never did for everything else. You know, LA Noire really had it was when you would like to drive around and stuff, and
You really had to work with it.
Yeah.
It was kind of one of those games. It's not always friendly with the player.
like for some reason they literally created Red Dead Redemption,
I don't think so.
and were able to create a pretty good navigation for.
Oh, okay, I can see that. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption had a
But
really
with
good.
LA Noire, the one that they made, I don't know, I feel like they were trying to go for a different style for it.
I think they were just trying something new, and I don't think it worked 100% as what they wanted.
Yeah.
But you know, when you got to meet a deadline, you know, sometimes shit happens, and I feel like that kind of happened. But they always have the chance to, you know, fix it. They can always redo it and remaster the game. Because they did that with Wind Waker. They fixed some of the controls and made them a little more split-timey when they did the
Yeah,
remake
because
of
you know how on Red Dead or in either whatchamacallit,
Any Rockstar, GTA,
that
right?
they would have that type of where they would hey, you know, where they had the waypoints, yeah, where
That's nice. Yeah,
You could do that with Division, yeah.
Division, yeah, but I'm it would show you with a weird line to it where it would give you the closest
in the
thing.
sky,
Yeah, LA Noire, it was the worst about it. It did not show.
I'm trying to think of another good game that did that. Dead Space had a really good mechanic.
Yeah, I'm
It never shows it all the time, but if you ever get lost, all you have to do is throw your hand down, and it just gives you a quick little hint as to where you're going.
Yeah, I know that Dead Space 2 or 3 did that pretty well as well.
Yeah, Dead Space, I think they all did it fairly well. I think the one that kind of did it for me was probably Dead Space 2, because that was the one that I remember playing all the way through.
I know Dead Space 1 we'll be playing for Nighttime Scare Hour.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Oh, this is a fun area. So you have to kill everyone, and it's going to be a lot of ammo, so get ready for it. Because there's some big guys in here. But that was something that was done well. Dead Space did a really good job of it.
I have a really good question. You mentioned Dead Space, a very challenging game. I'd like us to go through the group, and I have my game already in mind, but what is the most challenging game that you fought that when you had to unlock such characters or achievements where it really challenged you, and as frustrating as it was when you wanted to throw down the controller, what game did you always stick with because it meant so much to you to achieve those challenges, and how challenging was it, and what game was that? I'd like to start with David.
I never had a game that I didn't get frustrated with. I guess at the same time, like I never, especially as a child, I never had the patience for video games at all.
Yeah, you've been sticking with me for.
Yeah. Like I still don't even have like the attention span sometimes for video games, but. I can't say that I've been really
across though. There's got to be one out there where you.
He does love Serious Sam.
No, I don't. Serious Sam. I borrowed that from a friend and then it like disappeared. I think my brother like sold a bunch of my Xbox games and then I had to like give him Halo because I lost his series. It wasn't a very fair trade.
Well, do you remember a game that you're really? I guess the question is like a game that you're really passionate about, but very difficult.
I'm going to be fairly honest, one that kind of got me, definitely the part that we're playing right now. This is a big progressive scene that you have to do to get through, and I have counted over 150 times the first time before I ever made it. It was rough. But I was playing on hard and normal. Right. And the biggest problem that I had was when you get up to this point, especially fighting the robots, they are unrelentingly difficult. And there's no real clear directions to what you're supposed to do. And it is kind of rough because you have to play your enemies out. It's kind of smart. Right. And there's just no resources. So that was the biggest thing. Trying to do
what was like a really impressive game that you really loved playing, but it would also piss you off and it was very challenging for you?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I played video games for a while.
Battletoads.
That's
such a hard game. It's nearly impossible.
I actually
played Battletoads. I actually still have my version of Battletoads on Sega Genesis.
But
it is still unbelievably, ungodly hard to beat. Like it's almost nearly impossible to beat.
Mine was Shinobi for PS2.
Oh!
Amazing game. I love it. I hope they reinvent it. It was very good.
That was extremely difficult. Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden was an extremely difficult game. I personally had an experience.
The boss in Shinobi
Yes.
was so ridiculously overpowered. You had to be so cunning and smart, just like we're talking about this level of Wolfinstien. You have to use your cunning wit with it just to beat that final boss. And here's the thing that was tough for me. I always wanted to unlock every ninja, even Joe Musashi, which was awesome. And I had Otsuma, who's the main ninja, and then his brother, point is,
sounds compelling.
If you have to unlock these ninjas and go to the highest level, and you're telling me if I'm doing it on normal standard, and I have to go to like a really hard standard and unlock that, how the hell am I supposed to do that?
That's a game that kind of bothered me. If you've ever played Ashura's Wrath, it's kind of like a Telltale game where you're basically there. Well, kind of like Telltale games are more. It's like a movie, and you're along for the ride.
That's what Telltale.
Yeah,
Shut up.
He won't play episode 2 for Guardians of the Galaxy for some reason.
But Telltale games are rough because you have no real control over them. It just plays out as it goes. It'll always be the same no matter what choice you make.
I've never played Telltale games. Like it sounds to me like there's a lot of storyline and plot development.
It's just basically what it is you're just watching a movie and you press buttons to certain things. That's the problem.
But the cool thing is like your game choices that do affect the future of the game.
Some of them do affect things.
Like The Walking Dead season 1 really
that
did
was
well. I played season 2. I did.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not good at big campus. If I put it in, I'm just very confident.
Well, that's the whole thing.
So how are we supposed to bring in viewers that do love the Telltale series? Not partial, not able to appreciate it.
Well, I feel like the biggest problem is that Telltale games are fun if you like to expand the story. Like one that I watched that I actually thoroughly enjoyed was the Jurassic Park game, because what it does is it tells the story of these people on the island outside of frame of the main cast. So you're seeing things happening on this other half of the island. And it's still in range of like everything that's happening, but you're seeing scenes that happen and people are showing up after, and it's really crazy and cool because you get this whole extra little bit that you never thought to see. It just gives you an extra little bit of story that's fun.
Right. So for people who are very much involved in these universes that they love, and they always want more of a story arc, it gives them something more.
Yeah, it gives them more taste. Same with like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'd rather you play The Walking Dead. I highly recommend that.
Oh, that one's not bad.
I feel like The Walking Dead, that's where they actually got their big break from, because like it was really good. Season 1 was really great.
It was. The Jurassic Park one was bad.
I don't think I played Jurassic Park.
It's okay. It is like a true to heart. You might want to get away from that part. Like right now. Like right now. This is the part where I always die. Always. But like, yeah, with Telltale games, I'm not harping on them because some of them have really good stories, but to me, a good way that someone did it, that was a fantastic way to add more story and have a good story with it. Alien Isolation is fantastic.
Right.
Because it tells the story of this character we were given just a slight insight to in the third movie, and you've given so much to it, and it's a good way. And I feel like that was what the franchise needed.
Yeah.
This is the last section of this area, and then we'll hit a chapter.
It's a pretty long chapter. So.
This is these chapters start getting progressively longer. Okay, so this is the part.
Is it 2 minutes? Like
Music flies. So this is the part in the game where I always die.
Yeah.
I have played through this game 4 times, and I have died 150 times. Do this part all the time. Every time I die to this part. And it doesn't just let you pick up right here, it always puts you back right here. Oh, it's
Right,
awesome.
yeah.
It's horrible, and it makes me so mad. But trust me, I have got this thing memorized to like the T. Man, I just fucking destroyed it. But then again, we were playing easy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're playing easy. When you play
No, I think it's normal actually.
No, I think we're playing easy, aren't
Is
we?
it? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't know, you've taken quite a few stabs from Nazis and walked away from it unscathed, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, you have. I don't know. Like, when I played, it always, like, it never gave me pain. And that was my biggest thing. I ended up
I hate
walking
games
around
that
with
do
it.
that.
I ended up walking around with it.
Like Prey, my first playthrough. Oh my god, that game.
Prey does that. Dead Space is a big person about doing it. I hate it. I end up not wanting to use any of my weapons because I don't know where I'm going to find more ammo.
But yeah, Prey did that a lot, and I was fucking. I was like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, I forgot. Like the hate padding shit.
Yeah, you gotta get down there. You gotta get a chopper. Get to the chopper.
Okay, mister. Nothing broken. Gosh, dang it, Klaus. Be more careful, alright? I can't have you dying on me.
I'm on my way. I'm going 1 down.
Suck dick.
Suck dick.
Man, I'm all out of money. What you gonna do? Go out and suck some dick? No.
Pay $20.
Looks like I'm going without you. No, wait.
Oh yeah, I forgot she has no legs.
Oh, she got legs. They just don't work.
My hero.
My hero.
My.
Shut the fuck up. I'll
okay.
just throw her.
She's pretty much. I'm pretty sure she's lesbian in this game. I don't remember.
Look at
Let's be
that
honest.
haircut, man.
Well, I don't remember if she is or not, but like they hint at it a lot.
All aboard! Dude, she's got a massive chest tat and short hair. She probably got like tats on her
How did you
defective
survive?
legs too. She's totally.
I thought you
I
were
mean,
dead.
she lost her leg.
Don't remember much. Remember punching
Here's a
Hans
question.
Rose
If
in
she
the
loses
face.
her legs in the war, is she
Remember
attracted
ascending
to
into
this
the
question?
sky. For moments there, I thought it was
I
going
mean,
to
you're
happen.
looking at her right now. She's flying the pilot
First
there.
pain of my life.
We're kind of having the
My
debate
insides
right
were
now.
running out
Is
through
she,
my back.
is she
Barely
lesbian?
moved.
Because they
Had to
hint at a
crawl.
lot of these
They found me
games.
after 3
Like,
days in a ditch.
they really do
Long
hint at it.
months in a quite hour
let's just- I
hospital
wanna throw
bed.
this
They
one
were
out there.
shoving tubes in me.
You need a woman
Infection.
to fall in love with her.
These things I don't
And
want
she
to
has
remember.
prosthetics. How do you guys feel about that in
Sorry about
terms
your
of
leg.
the ability?
Don't be. I've learned how to fly.
It does not bother me. If you love that person,
No, I want to work in everything. That's how prejudiced I am. Fucks. You guys are fucking idiots. Fucks. God damn. I'm out of here. This Let's Play's over right now.
I mean, this is a good place to stop.
Love is day. Love is. Look at me like this.
I go, no, you feel like it's going.
You know what they got through the choppers? You see what they're doing? They're freaking turning into airplanes! Wow. You think you're going to sit here and yell at me? I'm fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger! I'm the goddamn Terminator!
About jump on some type of multiplayer format.
Multiplayer format.
Yeah.
Well, I believe this is where I'm going to have to call it a night. I do have to get up to school.
Have you finished complaining?
These guys are idiots and had school.
Analysis is top.
Oh my gosh, that's
What
the
is
dumbest
the
place you
dark
could go.
Right?
I know, right?
I'm like paying for school. I thought the school system was free.
Should be.
I mean,
but we don't live in
it don't matter. You
so-
pay taxes. You still pay for school.
I'm like, at least that's like some like a low key way of like, okay. Oh, stop biting me, you fuck.
There'll be,
I think I'm good. Me and David got to get out of here.
Yep.
All right, folks. So I want to thank you guys all for sticking.